reverse it. Is there a loose string in this brand new T-shirt?
Yeah, right there.
You'll have that on the corporate gigs.
So when you buy so many.
Yeah, right.
We're started now.
Oh yeah.
All right, I want to say, I've never been in the presence of a celebrity.
Caleb.
Welcome to the big leagues, fellas.
Yeah.
Welcome.
We're starting this season off right.
Yeah.
We're with another person that is more professional at podcasts than we are.
I'm not sure you'd call that professional.
Well, I asked,
more screen.
I would say semi-pro.
I asked him when we got here, I said, do you just feel bad for us or do you actually like it?
We need it.
We need followers.
They say invest in your own company, and we
true.
still owe a lot of fucking money to this own podcast that we have made shit off of.
Yeah.
It takes 2 years to grow a business.
Does it?
It takes 2 years. Yeah.
So next year we're looking solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
But then after 2 years, you just got a lot more stuff to buy, so you're still not making money.
Just keep pumping money into it.
We're gonna keep this bitch afloat.
because rumor on the street is this bad boy's up for sale.
This place?
Oh yeah.
Really? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Locker room talk, apparently.
We were
Well,
willing,
our dog roast.
we were willing to cut a check
Yeah.
for $138. May or may not go through.
The mics hit us hard.
Well,
Yeah.
the only way to eat an elephant's one bite at a time.
Just don't catch that bitch until like next week.
Yeah. Everything I got
Next
for sale.
Friday after 8.
Yeah, there you go.
Everything I asked for sale. For the right price.
I did not expect you to say that. 100%.
100%.
We ain't got it, I can
Yeah.
tell you. You're looking at what we got.
Right.
It ain't much. Oh boy.
All right. Well, welcome to the Gristled Up Podcast. As always, I'm Cody.
I'm Sean.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Tyler. Sorry.
That's all right.
I went
That's all
down the
right.
turn. I went down the turn.
Here's our special guest and honor, just awesome host.
Appreciate that.
Really awesome host.
We were able to talk him out of, letting us film out here, not in the bathroom. That was a plus.
He actually closed the place down just for us.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. You guys are special.
They are closed
In
on
your
Mondays
own
and
right,
Tuesdays, but they closed.
Besides the point.
He turned away a customer already. I mean, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, a customer showed up for tacos, and I said, "You want to join a podcast?" And they looked at me and they said, "No,
It's a gristled up.
we're
Not a
here
chance.
for tacos."
It's bristled up.
Well, I
Seth
don't know
Rogen,
tacos, so you don't know.
Yeah.
24 more hours, and you'd be in the spot. I felt bad when they came to the door. I was going to give them a drink token, and I went to hit the button on the POS system, and obviously we had a power outage, and I said, "Yeah, no drink token happening, so thanks for coming.
Boy, that hurt.
We'll see you guys tomorrow."
See you next time.
Yeah. That happens.
So that's all you gotta do is show up on the days off and get drink tokens?
Well, typically I'm not here on Tuesdays, but I make
That's
special.
fair.
I make
That's
special
valid.
occasion for Gristled Up Podcast. So.
So I'll just break in and stay the night and wait till you get here.
There's 24 cameras on the whole building. I'll know when you get here.
I'll probably get a text.
I get direct notifications on my phone.
Hey, that guy you had on the podcast with you.
Is that a 300 out there?
That's suspicious. We also have a returning guest, my brother Tyler. That's he hasn't been on for a while. He's one of the first few.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
early first
The
season.
first guest
Yeah.
that we've had.
Yeah.
I do remember that one.
I even feel special about that.
I was excited as soon as I started seeing you guys were doing this. Like I told you, I used to do this in college with some buddies, but very much was not. It was just a straight up true podcast. Like there was no video, and it was all audio. We had headphones and had these great big gaudy
Far
mics.
more professional.
Yeah, yeah, and we did it in a college basement that smelled like. Well, that's about but
Dirty gym
yeah,
shots.
yeah. And, but we used to have fun with it every Tuesday. We'd do it for like 2 hours, and we posted it. It used to be on Apple Podcasts, and they posted on a couple different ones. So it was fun to, when I saw you guys doing it, I kind of got nostalgic of having fun in college and doing that.
Yeah.
Sarah would be texting me like, "How much longer is this gonna last?" I'll be there in a bit.
It's over
We've
when it's
only
over.
started.
It's gonna be at least another hour.
Yeah.
Minimum.
But I appreciate you guys having me on for sure.
Oh, we appreciate you having us.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not only the first trip on the road, but the first local celebrity.
Gosh,
However you want to work.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
That makes my stomach turn upside.
I don't.
I'm just Cord. I'm
I
just
know
Cord.
you are, but I mean, you got to look at you in an aspect of,
Well, I will.
in the county.
Seth
We never-
Rogen followed me on Instagram today after hearing we were going to.
I had Bailey Zimmerman follow me the other day. Granted, I believe it was a fake account.
Fan page.
Did it have the blue check mark?
No. And
It was probably.
yeah, it had like 20,000 following and nobody following.
It was one of those fan pages. Copied all the content, was posting.
Yeah.
Now, damn it, don't take the wind out of her
Hey,
sails.
you know what?
Yeah.
It was probably real. Probably real.
Definitely.
Guaranteed.
Take it for what it's worth.
So with all this building, I mean, you got bunker under this bad boy, or
Yeah, the entrance is in the back, so. Yeah. Secret bunker. It's called the grease trap, actually.
wouldn't want to go in?
Wouldn't want to go in there, but if it gets weird, hop in.
If you're hard up for a place to hide.
Yeah, might
Go
be
ahead,
stinky.
fella.
Might stink in there, but yeah.
I watched. Have you seen Leave the World Behind? Netflix movie. You don't have time.
I don't have
for
time to
anything
watch
outside of
TV.
this.
I've gotten recently to where I like to kind of. I got my Xbox back out the other day.
Oh,
Started playing
shit.
more Call of Duty again, and
Yeah.
honestly, it's been great. Like,
Warzone?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Warzone.
Yeah, I haven't done it in years. It's been like 695 days since I got my Xbox out.
Wow.
And yeah, logged it back in, got it all uploaded, and yeah. So I don't get to watch much TV though.
That's understandable. Well, just to give you a small gist, it's basically about like, doesn't say it in the movie, but it's basically like the world kind of coming to an end. It's a long movie. It's interesting. The ending is terrible. Just fucking throwing it out there. I'm sorry, but
Real letdown.
I found out after the fact that it was made by the Obamas, which made it sit a little more at home. But it really opens your eyes to what could happen. So I don't know. I'm not a doomsday prepper, but after watching this, it really was like,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, get the aluminum hat out.
That's why you had a shovel in your front yard the other day digging a hole.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Caleb?
Don't worry about it.
Soil's good and wet. It's a nice time to dig.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Looking for
Never know what you're gonna need
earthworms.
to do.
Fishing season's around the corner.
But, I mean, are you a doomsday kind of guy, or do you get into any of that shit, or do you
No, not really. My father-in-law is.
I was
He-
expecting
but he-
you to
he-
say your father
he-
was.
Oh, Motorhead. He's not a prepper. He's already there. When you're already there, he's prepped for 40 years. He's still got his old Chevy pickup truck because the only thing he has is carbureted that he can start with starting fluid.
Yeah.
He's ready. He's ready. He's there.
He thinks the world's been ending for the last.
You look
15
up.
years.
You look up Doomsday. It's a picture of Ed Mailer and a cowboy hat and a handkerchief. That's him.
When he's out here picking up sticks in the golf cart, that's what I.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what I
actually
think.
taking them in the back of his truck and taking them back home and kindling.
He's saving sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's great.
Here's
Can't
the
put more
fucking
past it.
testing alarms at the refinery.
Oh shit!
Yeah. I just go to Robinson Insider and say, "What was that? Is everybody okay?"
Did anyone else hear that boom?
Yeah. Yeah. No, Karen, that was just the door of a car at Kroger.
Yeah.
Damn it! I thought we were
Go
on
back inside, turn your car back, and get you 25 cents back.
Are any of you guys doomsday preppers or just?
I do. I have a couple like of the buckets you can buy where it's food for a couple weeks. Because
Is that MRE?
no, it like you can get them at Academy, and it's like 2 weeks worth of food in a bucket. And
My thing is,
Oh,
when
I
does
still
when
do.
does that stuff expire?
When you're starving, it don't matter. End of the world, you're going to eat wherever. That's fair. Eat the asshole of a skunk if you ask me.
You don't do that now?
expiration dates don't scare me,
Okay.
Those are suggestions.
but I'm a piece of shit. So.
What you
I'll
call
skin
bottom
the
of the
fuzz
barrel.
off. It's all right.
Yeah,
Don't worry about that fur.
I've looked at MREs and stuff before, and it's like,
They're good.
yeah, that's fine, but like, when is this thing gonna happen? Like,
Yeah.
and then it's like, is the health department gonna be like, that's expired, you can't eat that? Because
You sit here owning a building like this.
Everything
You just
I
buy more. For us, it's like,
saying,
man.
That's why I wanted to buy this bad girl. I mean, you got alcohol, you got sodies, some
The
water,
vantage
ice.
points in here are.
But what I'm getting at, like, so, and I guess being in the food industry, like, we look at expiration dates for everything now. So, like, like MREs. Let's buy 2 semi loads of MREs. Yeah, but when are those going to expire?
Yeah, is this going to happen 10, 15,
Yeah.
30 years? Who knows?
That is a crazy thing to think of.
They've trained me into being like, that can't last 35 years.
That's
I'll
It may
argue
just
that
be
though, because
powder.
anything that is sealed up in a can like that, it's got enough fucking sodium in it where it's going to kill off whatever wants to try to grow.
It's definitely going to be fuzzy when you pop the can.
Yeah. I mean,
Peel
that,
it off.
Be good.
that episode of Walking Dead I watched, hell, those cans hadn't been opened in years.
They had rust growing on the outside.
Yeah, they just beat it on a rock and ate whatever the fuck was in there.
Yeah.
Not saying they're going to last long.
So I guess I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'll just go to Dad's house.
Be
At
golden
least you got a
cotton.
plan.
You know one.
Yeah. Why do I need to plan when Dad's already there?
Fuck, all you have to do is just back the truck in through the doors right here and fucking
Yeah.
scoop everything in. Eddie'd be set for at least
Yeah.
a good couple months.
Yeah. No joke. When we built this place, Dad said, "I'm gonna put a big enough door on the front of this building, and if this really doesn't go over well, we're gonna park my camper right in the middle of the event center." I looked at him and I said, "That's not happening."
The floor's too pretty.
Yeah. He goes, "Well, we do need a bigger race shop." I said, "No, we don't."
Not
On
today,
the second
Scooter.
floor?
Yeah. Be good for race parties.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Good thinking.
Doomsday. I guess it's something I just don't ever think of.
Yeah, until I watched that movie.
Nobody does, and that's the issue.
I take that back. On the old TikToks the other day, I was scrolling, and they were talking about the asteroid that's supposed to hit Earth in 2036.
Oh shit.
For a slight second, I found myself getting ready to have a panic attack. Like when
How
you really
much is
think
a
about
shipping
it, when you
container?
really think about it, though, like there's gonna come a day.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen? Like, is it just gonna be? Is it gonna be a? And we're never gonna know it.
I hope.
Am I gonna have enough time to grab my beer and say, "Watch this shit"?
Yeah.
Like, what's gonna happen?
Give it a cheers.
Yeah.
I really hope it just
Is it
ends
gonna be like a
quick.
big
Yeah.
shockwave?
So
Because I don't want to be like feeling guilty whenever I knock one of these guys in the head with a billy club to survive for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
love
Sean,
you,
I
buddy.
liked you.
Yeah.
But I know that
Give 'em the
300's
boot.
got a lot of Cheez-Its in it, and
Yeah.
I want it.
But honestly, if it does happen, I want it to happen quick. I don't want to be here in the,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the
Oh,
wasteland like Mad Max.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to do it.
No.
it would be interesting to experience, but I wouldn't want to be the one to like trying to.
I'll experience that through like virtual reality. I don't want to live through that.
That's fair.
It'd be scary.
So, in that movie, I hate to give away some of it, but there's a portion at the beginning where they call it the blackout. Like, the grid's down. No power, no internet, nothing
No
like that.
phones.
So, the second step was migration. Animals migrating to different places, shit like that. So, like, the little girl, there's a little girl in the movie, and she walks out, and there's like thousands of deer in the woods right behind the house. And the other night, it was really cold out, power went out. You experienced this. We're on the same grid.
Yeah.
So power goes out, and I'm like, yeah, it's really cold, but I'm like, probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I go outside, scope it out, make sure we don't have a limb, something like that.
It's not just you.
So I walk outside, and I'm looking around. As I pan back, I see like 5 sets of eyeballs bedding down beside the house, and I was like, oh, that's some deer just chilling. So I turn back, and I see 10 sets of eyeballs in the fucking woods, and I'm like, oh fuck. I ran upstairs and I'm like, babe, it's fucking happening! She's like, you're ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm not kidding. There's 30 fucking deer out there.
Get the dog, get the kid, we're fucking out.
I don't care where we're going, but we've got at least 100 miles to eat.
You got a full gas tank, we're ready to roll.
Maybe I should get fuel before I go home tonight. I ride around with that thing panned on.
It's fucking sputtering when I roll in.
Just hoping she'll fucking fire again.
Yeah.
Come on. She gets flooded. Just give it a second.
Pump it.
No problem. It gets flooded. We'll just wait a few seconds. Or we can try it now.
I hear the cooler. Not to switch the subject. Is
Yeah.
that what you were talking about?
Yeah, I told you. That's why we did the mics, because there's a cooler over there on the end.
Nobody would have noticed it if you wouldn't have said it.
I heard it. I did.
It's one of those things that, honest to God, just ran out of money. We were finished.
No,
And I just happened to look on Facebook, and a guy, on our Facebook Marketplace.
I'm sure your algorithm is tense.
It's all
Trucks,
over the
cars, coolers, pizza ovens,
Yeah, really. It's
tortillas.
nothing cool. It's yeah, really. It's like
It's what you need.
yeah.
It's what you need.
So I found it on Facebook. I wanted like next to nothing for it, so we bought it, and it cools everything great, but it picks up this weird tick. This is great. Like if it's doing this, it's like you keep on charging, little buddy. That's free on. Keep on pumping. Yeah, you just keep 32 degrees, baby. But every now and then it'll pick up this like, and then customers will be like.
Just talk louder.
And I'll be like, can you turn the TV up, son?
Turn all the TVs up and the fucking stereo up.
Yeah.
Get the jukebox rolling.
Yeah. You guys want a couple more beers?
Oh man.
So what made you want to open this place up?
Well, to be honest with you, so my wife and I got engaged Super Bowl weekend 2020. COVID was not a thing yet. Yep, COVID was not a thing yet, and so we got engaged, had our parents come over, did the proposal, everything was great, and got married later that October. But during the process, Sarah's from Terre Haute, and she kept asking, what are our options for where we can go get married? And I said, well, being a Crawford County kid, I said we need to keep all of our business local as much as possible. And I said, whatever we can do, let's support everybody in Crawford County. And we just didn't have any option. And so we started looking into what are the options, and we started looking farther out from that. And we found that there just really wasn't a whole lot of options, even close. So we ended up renting a tent, renting tables and chairs. We had a local bar service cater the bar. But basically, 90% of the vendors we used were all out of town.
Oh, awesome.
And it was like, we're paying Terre Haute money, we're paying Sullivan money, we're paying Newton money. It's like, why isn't this a thing here in Crawford County? So, had our wedding reception, went through it, got married to Sarah, and went on our nice vacation in Montego Bay, Jamaica. It was great, all-inclusive resort. In the middle of COVID, we were one of 20 couples on the resort.
Oh, man.
I don't know if you've ever been to Jamaica.
Nah.
It is a very...
Not off this income.
Yeah. You still are working with
I've been to Kentucky.
I was on the opposite end of town once.
Yeah.
So
Went to Walmart once.
I've been to a Meyer.
Flat Rock's the farthest south I've ever been. So we went on vacation on our honeymoon, and I asked Sarah. I said, you know, what do you? We were sitting on the beach, you know, gorgeous view in front of us. And I said, what do you want to do with your life? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? She's like, I don't know. She's like, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I'm already tied in deep at the savings bank. I said, I enjoy what I do, and I said that's why we moved back home because I had that job already. And I said, I don't know. I said, I've got an idea, but I want to know if you're interested or not. She goes, well, what is it? And I said, well, you know, I love entrepreneurship. I love business. And I said, what are your thoughts on maybe building a wedding venue? I said, you know, we really struggled with finding something that could accommodate us for our day. And she goes, well, I mean, I'd love to, but there's no way we can do that. And I said, impossible is a word that should never be used. And I said, we don't know that it's impossible. I said, what would your thoughts be if we could make it work? What are your thoughts on running a wedding venue full-time? That's as your full-time job. She goes, I'm all in. She goes, if that's what you think we can do, she goes, I think we can kill it. She goes, with my detail-oriented side, she goes, but you know, there's one issue. She goes, how are we going to be able to do all that stuff? And I said, well, let's just get back to the States and we'll figure it out. So we got back to the States, enjoyed our honeymoon. I said, let's not talk about it the rest of the time. So we got back here, and we kind of started looking into the logistics of it and started doing research and found out Crawford County went wet right before the pandemic hit. And the pandemic overshadowed everything. And it had been dry for 72 years. So there was liquor licenses available. So long story short, we found out we could get a liquor license, found out, hey, let's see what we can do for this wedding venue side. Started talking to other couples that were getting engaged, friends at the time. Tyler, one of them. I remember the day that I was playing Xbox at home, and I texted Tyler. They'd just gotten engaged. I'm like, hey, man, congratulations. Where are you guys getting married? And he's like, no idea. And I said, we're talking about maybe building a venue.
Got a place that's not there yet. You interested?
And without it,
Yeah.
I was just talking to them today. We were sitting in the line shop at work, and I said I watched him draw out on a napkin what the venue was going to look like, and I was like, sure, I'm in. Let's sign the papers. And it was 3-4 weeks later. I signed the papers.
One of like 3 or 4 couples that Tyler was like straight up. He'd be like, you don't have to convince me, Corey.
No,
he's like, I know what you guys are going to build will be nice. Mm-hmm. And he goes, we have full belief in you. Just let us know if we can have this date. And I'm like, it's yours. And Tyler had his date secured before we even closed on the property.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they hadn't moved a single stone.
No.
Every tree was standing.
October 22. I'll never forget.
It was hard on the old gut. I was like,
I'm sure.
I believe in it, but I'm like, that's just it looks like looking out the back door.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of trees over there.
Yeah, because it was wooded all the way back here, and Dad just had this vision, which my dad built log cabins for 15 years, learned from his great grandfather who adopted him, and Dad had this vision, and I'm like, I don't have that vision. Like I have the business set of, I know this will work, but I don't know a way of putting it together. And Dad's like, this is how we'll build it. And literally one day we had a stump that was cut, and Dad just got a pin out and started drawing it on this stump. And I wished so bad that I still had that stump. The first picture he ever drew on this stump.
Awesome.
I have a picture of it.
There on the wall.
I have a picture of it, but I don't have it. We ended up doing it. But he hand drew this stump and was like, this is what it'll look like. And it's like, wow, that's kind of what I want.
That's crazy.
And so, it just kind of happened. I mean, honestly, the stars have aligned with this place. Like I've been involved in a lot of things, trying to make my own business work. Mm-hmm. The Woods Event Center and Bar is the first thing that, from start to end, it's like you split the sea, and we have just been walking through it.
That's awesome.
Everything's worked. All the stars have aligned. All the property acquisitions, all of the licenses, all of the hiring and staff, all of the process. It's just been like we're just walking arm in arm, hand in hand, and it's just like we don't know where the tunnel leads, but we're just on it.
Yeah.
And it's like truly been really cool. I mean, obviously I know I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason, and I think we were meant to do this.
Yeah.
And so, but it's truly been really neat to build a business from the ground up with your family.
Yeah,
And there's days like me and Dad have talked many times, and he goes, the amount of people we're going to have in this building, and the families that are going to come together here, they're never going to truly understand the amount of work that went into this property before we ever put a post in the ground.
Yeah.
Because it was truly Dad and I taking out trees for months. Caleb was here.
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb helped me a couple days. And I worked Caleb so hard one day, he got heat exhaustion, went home, passed out. And I was calling his mom, like, is Caleb okay? He came over to drink beer. I put him to work, and he was like, I was planning on drinking beer, not cutting down 45 trees. And so, it's been, it's been great, to just to have a vision and to have a wife that supports you. And my wife is the sole livelihood of why this place runs, and the commercial, my mom's got all the ideas for cooking. My dad helped draw up the place of how we were going to build it, and my wife helped decorate it, and my wife runs all the details now. And I get a lot of credit a lot of times because I'm the marketing guy, I'm the face of it, but people truly have no clue how much is behind me, how much support I have behind me.
There's no way you could have done it without the supporting cast that you
No,
have.
and still, even now, I could not physically do it by myself. It's just not feasible.
And to throw that all away by being on the Gristled Up podcast, it just blows my mind.
You have such a reputation. You're gonna fucking trash it with us.
And flesh.
What's
No,
crazy?
man, it's all. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, you're good. You were still.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really are living like.
So I remember
standard
driving by
like
here and
American
seeing,
dream.
seeing the trees burning.
Well, my daughter, all the time, I want to go see the castle. She
Yep.
called it the castle.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They started putting posts up and everything. And she's
Yeah.
like, I want to go see the castle. I want to go see Corn.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
yeah. We ride the Fuller back and forth all the time.
That's awesome.
I honest to God do feel like I'm living the American dream sometimes. I wake up and I realize how fortunate I am. I thank God for that every day. But I am doing a lot of really cool things, but there's a reason why I'm doing it. I'm meant to be doing it.
Yeah.
So, but it's all relative, I mean, that's what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
It takes an entire world population to run an economy.
Yeah.
And you have to have people like me that want to be able to do crazy stuff like this. And so, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Just listen to the tail end of that speech. I feel like I could win the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna go out and put it in all coach.
We're going to fucking Disney World.
I know we're down by 30, but we're fucking bringing this bitch home.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah. The crazy thing is I never thought we would get out as far out as we've gotten. We've had brides from 8 or 9 different states now.
That's awesome.
Brides flying in 10 hours to come get married in Stoy, Illinois.
That's wild.
It's really humbling. I say every Saturday we have a wedding. It's the happiest day for all of us because we're bringing 2 families together. They're getting married. They're coming from many different places to get married here. Everybody that shows up is excited and happy. It's a big day. It's a big memory. We eat good food because they're feeding all of us.
And they're ordering a lot of shit.
You said it.
Wasn't gonna say it, but here we are.
It is. I mean, and then they get to dance all night, and we'll be taking out trash and stuff. While they're dancing, we'll be like, guys, come here and dance with us. And it's like, no, this is your way.
The bride's happy as hell to be there.
Yeah, it's super cool.
On semi-pro, he gets the big check.
I tried, Jackie. They won't take it.
Look, I don't know what your bank is telling you. This is a real check. I signed it myself.
It's written in glitter, man. Can't you just, write me a regular size check?
Maybe you should try a different bank. A big bank.
Bigger bank?
That has a big check department. That's what I do.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
All right.
Woo, Scoozy.
Bank to catch this.
So you guys, is it a big bank or a normal bank? No, I will say the service here,
Top.
Oh, yeah.
top fucking notch.
All of you.
Had I pulled the chair up and sat, they would have cleaned it all up. They had so much of it cleaned and done before we could even think about it. And I don't want to knock anyone, but we didn't have the best planner. things didn't go the way we thought they would. Luckily, Court's team here really took care of us.
I was the planner.
I mean, honestly, like stuff just happens. I mean, and it happens. Wedding days, I call wedding days an 18-hour day. From the time you get up to the time you lay down, and there's a lot of money being spent, and there's a lot of special memories that are going to happen in that short time frame. And you think about it, it's going this fast.
Yeah, well, the behind the scenes
And the
that
behind
you
the
put
scenes
in,
is
you got to make sure
crucial.
the lights are working. You got to make sure the heat and air is working.
Yeah.
You got to make sure the coolers are cold, like everything. The grill's hot.
Coolers are quiet.
The coolers.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
And the event center, it's brand new. Yeah. We leave this one over here for the people that watching Minnesota Vikings football and don't care if they have 4 booths.
On the bar side, you got to drop on the second story. Quiet, you!
From the top row.
Yeah.
Now, what's really crazy to me is Tyler and I knew you growing up. Obviously, it was a little bit in your later years, right at the you getting your giraffe legs in.
Yeah.
He turned into this monster of a person that
playing volleyball at Granny's house.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy where everybody's landed at now, and
Yeah.
being here today, talking to you
Yeah.
in this building.
I mean, living the dream.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a dream.
And I step back. I try to step back every wedding we have, at least one point throughout the night, and I take 5 minutes, and I just kind of go outside, and I just look around, and I walk inside, and I just look around, and realize like, wow, it's neat. I mean,
I did it.
I did it. Yeah.
Well, we did.
Yeah. No, 100% we did.
So,
And I mean, it takes an army, though. I will say that my family, the staff that we have, I tell them all the time, I would put my staff up against anybody in the country, and I wholeheartedly believe that.
Yeah.
Because my staff, they care, and they have the passion that me and Sarah have, and that's Sarah. I mean, Sarah is the one instilling all that in them, and I'm standing behind her. But again, I'm just the face.
right.
Sarah is all of the detail, and I'm the face that gets all the glory. And so Sarah's the one that does it. It's the truth.
You take it, but she deserves it.
100%. And I tell her that all the time, and she doesn't like being the face.
Right.
It works out.
1,000%. And we're the best team. I mean, like I'm good with being in front of the camera, and I'm good with shooting the promos. And she's like, "Here's your calendar of what all you're doing today, and this is how you need to do it." And then she's calling me in the meantime. She's like, "Hey, we need to get all these stuff in line because we're always planning 18 months out." That's the crazy thing is in this industry, you're planning 18 months out. The changes you implement today affect 18 months later. Think about that. Can you think of what you would possibly be doing in 18 months? I can't.
I don't know.
I can't imagine what I'm doing tomorrow.
I could be picking up cans in some alleyway behind.
Yeah,
Oh.
eating MREs that are expired, like, from Academy because I bought them in a bucket.
The ball
world's a
Facebook
pretty-
party.
I bought them on Facebook Marketplace.
This guy had like
Still
12
good, I know that.
I knew that $100 box of 20 of them was a rip-off.
I think he painted them because they're not original.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been cool. We've done. It's been a short 3 years. It seems like.
I can only imagine how quickly everything has went.
Dude, it's crazy. You know, I've got a niece that's almost 3, and I gotta be honest. Like I missed like the first year and a half of her life, and it was a Christmas. She had started learning how to talk, and then went around the room, was asking everybody, you know, Izzy, who's this? And they would say who it was, and they got to me, and she's like, who's this? And she didn't know my name, and it crushed.
Well, but at the same time, though, like I think when she's old enough to realize, like, the person you are now,
Sure.
she's gonna be like, "Whoa, I would sacrifice."
And
5
she
years
knows
of my life."
me now. I mean, we closed on Sundays. We've started taking Mondays and Tuesdays off, and we've started spending some more quality time with family. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, like me and Sarah are the same boat. It's like if we don't have our family, we don't care about everything else. Like she would live with me in a cardboard box. Like, and if we don't have our family to spend our time with, we don't care about anything else. Mm-hmm. And so we've started dedicating more of our life, and that was kind of our New Year's resolution, is to spend more time with family. We went on vacation last year. It was incredible. We went to down to Florida and just stayed with my family for 6 days. And honest to God, it was like you need to start realizing that life is precious and these times are ticking.
A refresher.
100%. It was a wonderful eye opener. I'm glad that I got it last year. And so now looking forward, it's like, hey, make sure you know what you're doing.
At least
you got
once
this-
a year, try to get away.
Yeah. Like, do you get the staff to be able to run it
They're
while you're
wonderful.
gone?
They're wonderful.
Nice.
Yeah. My staff's just, they're kick ass. I mean, sorry for cussing, but they're
Fucking awesome.
They're killers.
On
They're
the
killers.
last episode, I got a
Yeah.
special gift. I won't say it on this one.
Oh, I'll say it. So for Christmas, I got him a cum rag. Or, sorry, coom rag.
Yeah, it's a coon brand.
Bleep it. Just bleep it.
No, they're
My
excellent.
church is watching.
They were.
I know, that's,
It's made all the difference, honestly. So.
Cool.
Are you drinking out of a boot? I'm glad you asked. So if you show
That's one hell of a way to tiptoe it. I like it.
so at the Woods,
Das
we were getting set up. You weren't here yet. We were getting set
so
up.
how do I get this booth?
Thank you for asking, Cody. We'll be right back. So we're setting up, and Caleb just happens to land this. Yeah, I'm glad we rescheduled because it just happened to land on Cody's birthday, and I'm like, shut the front door. That's strange because here at the Woods Event Center and Bar on your birthday, you show up. Typically, you would present us your ID to show that it's your birthday, and you get a complimentary on the house. We pay for it. Boot. You get a boot. The boot he happened to get was a Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
But typically, some people get beer in it. Some people get a mixed drink. But it's Sarah and I pay for it. Just to thank you for showing up on your birthday. So I think, and I'm going to go on the record and say this: this is the first Tuesday that someone showed up for their birthday boot and they got it. You're in the record books.
Yeah,
You made history.
Yes.
You made
Talk
history.
about
It is the big time.
It's long way at the top.
Talk about a local celebrity here.
I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So if you show up on your birthday and you are 21 years of age, bring us your ID. You'll get your birthday boot on the house from Sarah and I. We'll pay for it.
Just don't do it on Tuesday.
Bring
Yeah,
your friends.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays don't show up.
Yeah,
I
we're open
think I'm
Wednesday
gonna-
through Saturday.
I'm going to back Kevin Orpert off of my list, and you're going to go number one.
Hey Kevin, what's the weather going to be like today? I'm glad you asked, kids.
It's raining sideways.
And I guess while we're there, we'll get the rest of the promos out. It's not too early to order your flowers for Valentine's Day. Your Flower Basket and Gifts, 1500 East Main Street, 618-544-2118. It is not too early to pre-order Valentine's Day flowers. We will deliver wherever you're at, as long as you're in Crawford County. We do deliver to everybody in Crawford County. So Valentine's Day flowers are coming up.
What was that?
Well, if he's
furniture
making
store?
shout outs, he doesn't know it yet, but I want to thank our sponsors, the Woods Bar and Event Center.
Cheers to that.
We'll sign paperwork. Cheers.
We had genius ideas for this for the
Oh,
longest time.
we could talk for weeks about how we wanted to go about it.
We are not talking bad about anybody. We are getting ready to reference here, but I think it was Cody brought up the idea of getting shirts made that said Stony Ridge.
Or at least like put it on a hat and then just like halfway through just slowly slip it on and just try to get your live reaction.
And then we were talking about, none of us were like, well, we don't have wood shirts. So we were like, we should get a piece of tape and put the Woods, like DUHWDZ.
The Woods.
Going in the woods.
Yeah, we joked about that for the longest time. We never did it. I just wanted to see your reaction, like take a jacket off, just Stony Ridge right across the back.
Anything you guys do would not.
I knew you would.
There's going to be one of two reactions.
Not surprised.
Once again, not bad talking any companies or businesses in this town. Just
Yeah,
would've
one of
been
two
funny.
things. He's going to laugh or he's going to thump all of us.
You're gonna say you're paying for all your booze.
Joke's on you. I pulled your sponsorship that didn't exist.
Damn it! This quickly turned into a cash bar. Fuck you, pizza.